another REG J video. So I don't know if anybody's actively covering REG J. I'm gonna try to be that guy who's actively covering REG J. But here we go. Here, so this is the breakdown. So the first season of REG J is over. We're into another season, season 35 now. I've hit masters in both seasons. Um, my top rank is 125. The highest I've hit so far was this season. So I'm not I'm not no Pokemon master here, but I know a little bit about REG J. I played almost like 50 matches during the first season. I played a few during the second season, close to 20 now. So I've got a feel for the format after about 70 matches. Uh, there are some I did a tier list video. Here's my YouTube right here. You can see it on the side. The tier list video is I did it quite a while ago, about a month ago when the reg first started. So yeah, check out that tier video if you want like my pre-Reg J thoughts. But this is the current thoughts of Reg J during season 35. It's the second season of Mythicals being legal. So during my verse video, spoilers, I didn't put Magirna in S tier. Like if I got to go back and do that video, immediately I'm putting Magirna in S tier. That Pokemon is like absurd, bro. Like it is so strong that like, well, first of all, let's just take a look at it, right? Like you guys are probably like Magirna. A lot of you have probably never heard of that mon. Most people don't play competitive. This thing is a nightmare in doubles matches, like an absolute nightmare. So Magirna has this ability called Soul Heart. Soul Heart allows Magirna to go +1 on its special attack every time a mon is like knocked out. It does not matter how or who incurs the knockout. If a knockout occurs while Magirna is on the field, it immediately goes +1 in special attack. That is a problem, bro. Because there are a few strategies that can immediately facilitate Magirna going +2. So there's let me go back to the team builder here. There's Pokemon like Annihilate that can can have a choice scarf and click Final Gambit. This mon is like so fast with choice scarf that like everything aside from like Regieleki is not going to outspeed it, right? And you could use a faster choice scarfer that is an option to attempt to pick up the KO, but with Terra it's like a hit or miss because they could Terra on you just to get the Final Gambit. It is really that like the Final Gambit, because Magirna going +2 on turn 1 means when that Trick Room goes up, Magirna is going to sweep. Like I played against a few Pokemon during Trick Room. I've been playing since Reg A, so I played against almost every variant of Trick Room team that could be possible in doubles. Magirna is the scariest Trick Room mon I have ever faced. Like it's stronger than regular Ursaluna, like the quadruped Ursaluna, not Blood Moon, but the regular Ursaluna. Like Ursaluna is a monster in Trick Room. Like I run for perspective, I run a damage mitigating strategy. So I use screens paired with like Fake Out to allow like my mons to get a more advantageous position on the board and allow me to like either set up and sweep or like counter and pick off my opponent. Ursaluna puts out so much damage that sometimes if I'm not able to position correctly or bring the right four to the field, even through screens and intimidate, it will sweep you. Like Guts, Flame Orb, Ursaluna hits so ungodly hard that like even behind screens and intimidate, it's two-shotting the bulkiest of mon. You would have to have a bulky defensive resist, and even then, bro, you could still be picked up because bulky defensive resist, aside from like Chansey, are weak to ground types. Like most mons with like 200 base defense are steel and rock types, which this thing eats for lunch, even off Intimidate and Reflect. That super effective Ursaluna really hits that hard. It really does hit that hard. Now, enough of my rant. Magirna hits harder than that. Just for a perspective, it's hitting harder than a Ursaluna with like Guts, Facade, like Headlong Roots, whatever move you want to like. Flash Cannon and Fleur Cannon are threatening so much damage off a +1 or +2. Even resists won't live a 2-shot, bro. Bro, I was up. Bro, I believe I was up +1 or +2 with screens With Eternatus, this thing two-shotted me with Flash Cannon. It didn't even use its stronger move, Fleur Cannon. It might have picked up the one-hit knockout through screens, bro, at +2. Like, this thing is scary. The only thing that could really stop Magearna is a strong fire type, but, like, you're dealing with the, like, here's the problem. You're dealing with the Annihilate potentially removing your most, like, threatening mon into the Magearna on turn one. And then it's going to be faster than everything under Trick Room. And this thing is usually paired with Calyrex Ice, which has the same deal when it picks up a KO. Unlike Magearna, if anything picks up a KO, it gets +1. So you're dealing with, like, some really hard hitting mons under Trick Room. I mean, I've seen Magearna paired with a few other partners, but Calyrex Ice is honestly the best partner, especially if you're going to run Trick Room. And mind you, this setup can still run Ursaluna in the back. Like, this Magearna is like, if you're not threatening like a Terra Fire, Adamant, Instant, Flare Blitz, which again, they can Terra away from, you're not picking up the KO on this thing, bro. Like, you're not. Like, you gotta hit this thing hard, man. Like really fucking hard on turn one to prevent it from. It doesn't normally. It doesn't normally go assault vest because they want a Trick Room. I don't know what the opponents have been blowing me out so fast with Magearna. I have not been able to even determine what is the item on Magearna. That is how strong the strategy is. I have never encountered that in my 4 years of playing VGC, bro. I started playing doubles, like, online competitively, at least trying to play competitively, ranked and stuff, in Sword and Shield, towards, like, the middle of Sword and Shield. Bro, this thing hits harder than almost anything I've ever seen under Trick Room, bro. Like, low key gives me flashes of unnervedization, bro. Like, it hits that hard. It is like, and it's an even harder counter to me because I run double dragons. So this steel fairy thing is resisting both my dragons, right? So you like, automatically, bro. If you're not packing a really strong fire type, you're not looking good against Magearna. Like off rip, anybody who is using this mon, bro, and it knows how to position it well can just auto win matches, bro. You're basically picking up 2 KOs for sure if you set it up right with Final Gambit and Magearna, bro. Because Magearna's gonna knock something out. It then goes +3 after it knocks something out. They might have 2 or 3 turns of Trick Room left after that. The Calyrex is probably out on the field or something even more threatening, and, like, you have to still deal with this Magearna. It's a hard sweep if you don't counter them. Like, it's so hard. There are very few counters to this Pokemon just because, like, you're gonna get removed from a mon turn one, right? Like, absolutely insane strategy. I didn't see this coming because I had played against Magearna during Sword and Shield, but it was not popular as it is now. So far, majority of my matches, bro, have been Arceus and Magearna. More Arceus than Magearna for sure. I would say it's more like 75-25, but I've seen this thing more than often, and I have not won a single matchup against it, which is absolutely insane to say. I cannot point out to you another mon that I have struggled to figure out, like, actual decent counterplays. Like, if this thing is ever legal in doubles VGC, it's going to be worse than Xerneas. Like, this thing will win a world championship with Trick Room if it is ever legal, bro. Like, it's too powerful, especially if it has the option of terastallization. Oh man, like, there was a point in the, like, game where I could have potentially knocked out the Magearna, but then they terastallized, right? And, like, I needed to pick up the KO on that turn. And that's the thing about Terra. It allows mons like Calyrex Ice to get away from their, like, crazy weaknesses. Because, like, Calyrex Ice, bro, if you look at this Pokemon, and this makes, again, for perspective of how powerful Magearna is, this thing is supposed to be able to be easily countered by its typing. That's why they gave it Psychic Ice and not a better defensive typing like Psychic Grass or Grass Ice or whatever would have been a better defensive typing, right? Grass Ice is probably horrible defensive typing, but instead of this thing being like pure Psychic or pure Grass or pure Ice or whatever, right? They tried to make it so that, like, it has blatant weaknesses, right? Ice is one of the worst defensive typings in the game, and currently right now I would kind of say the same thing about Psychic. Ghost and Dark Pokemon are super popular right now. Like, more popular than they have probably ever been in competitive. Calyrex Ghost is around. You have all these different Flutter Mane running around. So many other like powerful Ghost Pokemon that are like in the format, like Golden Go. Like a lot of these Pokemon like can just blast Calyrex like and put almost like nuke it for like 75% of its health if it couldn't get away from those weaknesses, even with its amazing bolt, because there are like certain things that just hit too hard, right? But like McGinnis typing makes it so that like if you don't have a fire type, they don't even have to blow the Terra, bro. Like this typing is absolutely insane to go up against. It's neutral to fighting. You can only hit it with like I think fire and ground, which I'm ironically only packing one fire type and no ground type and no ground type coverage. So this thing is an absolute nightmare for my preferred team for doubles. This mon is really good, but enough of my McGinnis rant. I got it out of my system. Let's move on here. Arceus. A lot of Arceuses. I've seen a lot of Arceuses. Everybody knew that the E-Speed Swords Dance variant Terra Normal was going to be out. I've seen them run Clear Amulet, but I've seen two other different particular type of Arceuses. Um, the scariest one to me is the double-edged Arceus set, and I'm gonna tell you why, bro. E-Speed Swords Dance is crazy, but bro. A choice band Terra Normal double edge, bro, will just destroy you. And I've seen a few different sets of that double edge set. Like I've seen the Swords Dance with the double edge. I've seen the choice band with the double edge. Arceus' clear niche is that just pack a big hard hitting normal move on it. And they probably run some ghost coverage move. I'm gonna be real with you. I've never seen them run anything other than like protect, um, swords dance, extreme speed, and then normally, bro, like you sweep so hard with like swords dance e speed, especially next to Chin Pao, that like you typically don't even ever see the Arceus click the last move. But like I told you, I've seen the double edge variants, so that move has like ridiculous damage. Like this is basically normal type close combat, and instead of taking a damage drop, you just get 30% recoil. But it's 100% accurate. It hits ungodly hard, bro. Like I'm telling you, you think E speed is scary? This double edge through screens hit like way harder than I should have ever like let that thing hit me for. Like double edge Arceus is scary. Just needless to say that. Have I seen any other mythicals in this format so far? I have. I have. I have not seen anybody run Mew. Um, Probably people have obviously encountered it. I'm just trying to give you guys a retrospective of my experiences so far in the uh, in the REG J format. I haven't seen I haven't seen any Keldeos. People probably ran it, of course, though. People like Plus One. He always runs like super niche mons and stuff. Um, One thing that I can tell you I have seen is I've seen somebody try to pull off tail glow Manaphy. And I was watching a buddy matches of mine in the Discord, Anarchy. Anarchy, if you watch this, shout out to you. Shout out to everybody in the Discord, by the way. Justin, Wolf, Hero, Lamb, Whale. Shout out to everybody in the Discord. Those people are the reason why I've started making videos and got more into competitive. They've been a great help to me. But back to this Manaphy thing. I've seen somebody try to pull a tail glow set off. So like the set I saw him ran, if I remember the four moves correctly, it was tail glow. He ran surf, heart swap, and I believe it was protect. I believe his last move was protect. So Tail Glow is a very interesting move, and when I first went over the tier list, I briefly went over this, but it can be threatening if it's properly set up. So this whole set's deal is that you're not trying to get the mana fee to +3, you're trying to get something in the back to +3 or the partner. So it's enabled by this move here, Heart Swap. So I don't know whose move Tail Glow is signature to. I always thought that was Volbeat's and Illumise's signature move until I saw Manaphy was able to learn it. So maybe it's their signature move and it's just still able to learn it kind of thing, but I'm not sure. But it has access to Tail Glow. So Tail Glow lets you go plus special, +3 special, and Heart Swap allows it to swap its stats with a target. So what they were doing is that they were running like Manaphy Kyogre. It was like a hard rain team with like Tornadus and like Urshifu. And yeah, they get the Ogre on the field. They click the Tail Glow. They get the Tailwind up right with the Tornadus and everything. Swap out the Ogre. Tail Glow on the swap out. Heart Swap on the next turn, right? That was, I believe, the way he weaved into it. Kyogre at +3 will smash you. I'm gonna just say that. If you're able to get that off, Kyogre at anything, any restricted mon at +3 special attack will one shot most things in the format because those restricted mons have like the weakest, probably like special attacking restricted is maybe like base 130, base 145. You know, maybe that's like Eternatus or I'm talking as far as like the box legendary Pokemon. Um, the special attacking variants. Like maybe Ludala, like 137. Maybe that's his HP stat, but they're usually like around the 130s to 150s, like the special attacking restricted, right? Those mons go +3, bro. They're gonna smash. They're gonna smash. They're just gonna absolutely crush things when they hit it. My buddy was able to pull off the win just because like this does take a lot of setup. Like this takes you meticulously positioning the Kyogre in, hitting the Tail Glow, and getting it over. I think they ran a lot of bulk into this mana fee. It's base 100 across the board. This thing did soak up a lot of hits, so maybe you could run like a bulky set. I believe they were running like leftover as the item on it. So yeah, I think that's what their whole deal was that match. I wish I would have recorded it on. I'm thinking of it. We were just like chilling in Discord and he had queued up for a match. I was just seeing it, but it was interesting to see somebody like kind of go for this strategy right here. I haven't ran into any Hoopas in the wild. No Hoopa Unbound. And this was a Pokemon I was really interested to see people use because Hoopa Unbound hits really fucking hard, bro. 160 attack, 170 special attack. It is frail on the physical end, and and it has really decent special bulk. I think people are sleep on Hoop on Bound, man. I Hyperspace Fury with like any like you could just put any move on this thing. Like 160 attack, 170 special attack, bro. Like Magician, what does Magician do? If the Pokemon has no health item, it steals items off the mod. It basically like gets to click Thief on every turn, on top of like hitting a move. So like I don't know. I feel like it's a really good offensive Pokemon. People are asleep on it. There's with these mixed attackers, man. You can build them almost as like Swiss Army knives. You can build them if you need like for example, I realized a while ago the use of special attackers because I put a Rayquaza on my team and I had realized that I needed a second special attacker no matter what as a restricted because physical attacking restricteds are good, but they're just like the special attackers are more good because you don't have to worry about intimidate, right? And you don't have to pack clear amulet as an item. You can kind of go all in on damage or bulk, right? So that was my plan. I put Rayquaza on my team and I made it a special attacker because my team was lacking a special attacker. This is one of those Pokemon that can fill that niche. It's like if you're lacking special attack, like special dark damage. If you're lacking special psychic damage. I'm 100% sure this thing gets psychic. It's a psychic type. It gets psychic. Like Amoongus ain't living that. that base 170 psychic, bro. I'm sorry, like I don't care about your bulk. Like this, it's almost like Eternatus, where this thing can pick up KOs on those non-restricted Pokemon really hard because it's just hitting them super effectively off its massive attack stats and either or. It's just a little bit frail, and its typing is defensively bad. Like, I think the hardest thing about this thing is that it's not outspeeding Calyrex, and it's not threatening a knockout on Calyrex because of terastallization, right? Like, if Calyrex couldn't terastallize, Hoopa would be a nightmare for this thing because players could just set up Trick Room, weave in the Hoopa off a parting shot, and just smash you, man, right? I think when terrestrialization is gone and Pokemon like this come into the format, they're going to be a lot more valuable because like they can just threaten a pin. It can just threaten a nasty pin off of these moves, bro. Like an all-out offensive Hoopa is very slept on. But again, this is the type of Pokemon that it takes either a player that's super experienced at running them on, or they're very skilled. Because like hyper offensive teams, a lot of people might pick them up to win a lot with them and to be very good with them. You have to be able to know where to attack, like being able to predict a swap out into a super effective move. Like, for example, knockoff. This thing is knockoff. Knockoff from this Pokemon would be an absolute nightmare. If you get a super effective knockout, you're liable to pick up a KO on something, bro. And even then, nothing just wants to swap in and take a base 160, not stab base 160 knockoff. And most people, if you probably run like I'd probably go like 252. I'm going into EVs here. I know I didn't do it with other mods, but I'm just I think people like really need to use this kind of set. Like go for it, just a 252 spread, man. Hit as hard as you can with this thing, bro. Set up Trick Room. Run a. I would run a minus speed nature. Right, like we could go a minus speed nature on this thing to try to get it as slow as possible in Trick Room. Minus speed. I would put like the 4 on HP, I guess. Gives you one more point of health. I guess it would matter, right? It might matter. You never know. Plus defense. That's minus Spadef. That's minus Spadef. Let's go quiet. Plus special attack bonus. Let's set you to level 50. Excuse me, I'm nerding out here. I'm running like some actual speed calcs. I mean, base 90 speed in Trick Room is like, uh, see, that's the thing though. If it's not that slow, if it's not that slow, then instead of running a Trick Room set on it, you could just put this thing under Tailwind. 110 under Tailwind? That's pretty fast, man. That's pretty fast. You drop a few icy winds on people, and even fast Pokemon like Calyrex, even like if they counter with their own Tailwind, won't outspeed you. Yeah, this mon is 100% slept on. I think that's the thing. People want to use it in Trick Room, but it's off these like I'm just looking at it in a showdown. This thing for sure could function in Tailwind. Like I could point out numerous 100 base like not it's not 100 base speed obviously, but 100 speed stat Pokemon that thrive in Tailwind. Urshifu is one of them, right? Um, and even then, if like you're so worried about its speed, you could just run an item like Choice Scarf, man. All of a sudden, you're running Choice Scarf, and now you don't have to pack a Tailwind, and you're fast. You're super fast. I don't know the exact. It's 1.5. So it's a 1.5 boost. So whatever a 1.5 boost off 110 is, you're fast. I don't know the exact calcs. I'm not a super calcy guy. You know, I'm more of a battle nerd. I've just started messing with like these showdown calcs and stuff like that. I'm more of a battle guy, but yeah, Hope it hits super hard. I wish I would see people use this Pokemon more. What's another mythical we could talk about that I haven't seen or have seen? Haven't seen Mew. I haven't seen any Jirachi sets. I haven't seen any Meloetta sets. DNC. I played against a few DNCs. Let's talk about DNC. Rock Fairy. So DNC is a very unusual Pokemon here. Excuse me if I pause a little bit. I'm trying to think a little bit in my mind. 150 defense, 150 special defense. So DNC, if I'm correct, is the mon that when it megas, these stats swap with its attack stats, which is not bad, but like DNC kind of has the problem of like this HP stat right here. I'm pretty sure this thing, even with this, I'm gonna be quite honest with you. Rock Fairy ain't that bad of a typing, man. Like you get hit by water, what you're neutral to fighting again, so Fairy covers up for that. Um, Rock resists fire, so you got a fire resist. I don't know if that matters too much. It has the steel fairy problem where it is still weak to ground, but Diancie is now, I believe, quad weak to steel with this rock typing. Yeah, so steel is super effective against rock. I just had to check. I didn't want to be talking out of my backside there. Yeah, I was almost sure. This thing is quad weak to steel. That's bad. That's very bad. Make your nail just blow this thing up. Terra, you obviously can tear it. 50% chance to raise the user's defense by two. I mean, that's not a bad strat. I don't see why. I don't understand why I don't see people try to run this thing behind screens. I've seen a few trick room Diancies, but I haven't seen any screens, anything like that to try to make it like more bulkier. People, I just normally see people running like Diamond Storm, Protect, Trick Room, and I don't even know what this thing's fourth move normally is. I've never seen anybody click anything other than Diamond Storm, Protect, Trick Room. So there is some room to play around here. You could. I hate Pokemon that get Endeavor. That move is super broken. Uh, Encore's not good because it's slow. I mean, Encore might be good in Trick Room, but you're giving up a move slot to only use a move in Trick Room. Gets hazards, but hazards are not a thing in VGC. I mean, it gets screens. Yeah, I see reflect light screens. It screens. I feel like this is just a very underwhelming Pokemon because it just loses its bulk. And like Pokemon like Magearna can keep their bulk and even invest into their bulk, potentially becoming more bulky because Diancie has to like just doesn't do damage, and it can't mega right now, obviously. To It can't mega right now. Yeah, I was correct. It does swap its stats upon, and it actually is still quite bulky. Like it swaps stats, but it gains 10 in its defenses because like its base attack. If I'm correct, base attack and special attack are. I'm going off the rails here with megas, but yeah, it gains 10 in defense. I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad. Poor DNZ though is one of those Pokemon like Mewtwo that's suffering from it not having its stronger form be available in Scarlet and Violet. So I've seen a few people try to bulk out with it and click Diamond Storm, but it just doesn't do too much. Diamond Storm is a good move though. It's a spread rock move with 95% accuracy. Um, so it's almost like a spread Stone Edge with like the chance to make DNC even bulkier. This thing is just obviously crippled by this horrible HP stat. Like if DNC had base 100 HP, like they knew what they were doing because even if it's base 75, like if we rip 25 off this speed stat and throw it here, like this Pokemon being any bulkier with these defense stats is a nightmare. Because like if you clear steals, I think the only thing that really hurts this thing is water, right? Like water, rock's not weak to ground. Yeah, rock's not. Well, rock is weak to ground. Rock is weak to ground. So yeah, this weak to ground, water. Uh, Steel, obviously, we said that. Is it neutral to poison? Does rock resist poison? I would imagine it does. I know ground resists poison. I don't know if rock does. So unfortunately for DNC, rock is neutral to poison. So DNC is still hit super effectively by poison. Rip. So yeah, rock fairy is horrible typing. Horrible typing. This thing does not complement the fairy typing at all. And like fairy does not complement rock very well. Um, this Pokemon definitely should have been just pure fairy, pure rock or something like that. Poor thing. Like that's the thing with these dual typings, man. Sometimes like some mons are just like blessed to have like dual typings are a gift and a curse, right? Like you could have amazing immunities and amazing like resists, but then be weak, like super weak to like one type. Like Scizor is an example, right? Like I think Scizor is a like amazing Pokemon. Bug Steel is like very similar to Fairy Steel, where like the bug and the steel type complement each other so perfectly. Um, at the cost, right? It's not the same as Fairy Steel, where like there's no quad weaknesses there, right? Like Bug Steel, you obviously quad weak to fire, but yeah, I think it's really good. But that's why I'm gonna cut the video for right here. Let me know if you guys want me to do another REG J tier list. If you watched this far, thank you for tuning in, man. Have a good night. Stay blessed.